Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to create a stylized sketch on the Huion Kamvas 12 pen display. My full review for this pen display is already out. So in this video I just want to talk a bit more about the drawing experience. Actually the content in this video is going to be pretty similar to the full review. I just want to talk a bit more about the drawing experience. So this pen, it's really sensitive, and Clip Studio Paint is an excellent app for illustration. There are 8 physical shortcut buttons on the pen display on the side there, but I still prefer to use my own keyboard for keyboard shortcuts because 8 keys or 8 express keys, that actually is not a lot for me. I actually use a lot of keyboard shortcuts. So having a full keyboard is going to be way more useful compared to just 8 physical shortcut buttons. This pen is very sensitive. The initial activation force is very minimal, so I can draw thin lines really easily. And it's very easy to maintain consistent pressure. I think this is a fantastic pen display for drawing comics because the pen is very sensitive. And nowadays, the quality of pen displays from all manufacturers, they are pretty good. So this particular pen display is from Huion. I have tested pen displays from XP Pen, from Pablo, Artiso. The quality of all these pen displays, they are getting better and better each year. And definitely comparable to the quality that Wacom Cintiqs that have been released in the past few years. But this is like significantly cheaper compared to Wacom. This is just $219 US, whereas Wacom is more expensive. But the performance here, it's really good. I don't think you will be disappointed when you spend $219 US to get this sort of performance. It's actually a bit challenging for me to draw right now because the camera that I'm recording with is on the side. It's actually getting into my way. I cannot sit in front of the pen display directly to draw. So it's very difficult for me to draw. Okay, so I'm just drawing a very blockish camera, a film camera, just to make it easy for me to record this video. I'm drawing something very blockish. The display is laminated, so there is very minimal gap between the pen tip and the cursor beneath. So what that means is when you are drawing, it's very accurate. So the cursor will always be directly beneath the pen tip. There is no parallax to speak of because there is no gap. The gap is very small. So when it comes to joining lines, it's very easy to join the lines, to close up the gaps. Okay, here I have to zoom in slightly. So for example, if I want to close up this gap here, I can close up very easily. Whereas with pen displays in the past, there is this big gap between the pen tip and the cursor. When you try to join the lines like this, there is that gap there because you can't see the pen tip or the cursor that accurately. I'm not sure if you know what I mean, but Basically, there's this misalignment, so when you place the pen tip on the canvas, the cursor is not where the pen tip is. So the line is not where the pen tip is. This is a very nice looking camera. Okay, so this sketch is almost done. Okay, I may have drawn this a bit off. Let me erase this. The lag, the input lag, it's quite minimal. With normal drawing speed, which is the speed I'm drawing at right now, no issues. I don't see any issues with input lag. Okay, very nice. I like this. Let's see, let me just... Okay, some issues here. You know what, I'm just going to keep it as like that. Alright, it looks a bit weird. Anyway, doesn't matter that much. It's just a fun doodle, fun sketch. This is the hot shoe for the camera behind. And okay, so let's color the front part. I have tested the Kamvas 13, this is the 12 and the 15. If you have the budget, I do recommend getting a larger pen display. At least get a 13-inch, because 12-inch like this, it's, when I'm drawing, it feels a bit restrictive. Okay, let's have a red camera body. Maybe it is red dull here and here. Okay, this is very nice. I like the color, and I like just how expressive the lines can be with this pressure sensitive stylus. Okay, let's have another brush, this time white. I can't see very clearly the dull, what this dull is. Seems to be a dull here. Anyway, the reference photo that I'm working with, it's not that bright. It's very difficult for me to see the details. Okay, so what was I saying just now? Yeah, definitely get 13-inch. The Huion Kamvas 13 is US $239, which is just $20 more expensive compared to this $219 pen display. So it's definitely worth the extra $20 to increase the display size diagonally by 2 inches. Definitely worth the money. Okay, let me paint in fill bucket the front. This fill bucket is very useful. Let's have another red dull here. Let's make the top black. Yep. And for the sides here, let's make it darker. Yep. So it looks slightly darker now, or maybe even darker a bit. Yeah, so that there is extra contrast. Okay. By the way, if you guys have any questions regarding pen displays, do let me know in the comment section below. Right now, the best pen displays out there in the market are from Huion, XP Pen, and of course Wacom. In terms of value for money, I don't think you can beat Huion and XP Pen. Many years ago, they used to make generic pen displays that kind of look similar to one another, except they have their brands pasted on the pen displays. It's basically rebranding the same product, but nowadays they actually make their own product, and their product is looking distinctive compared to other brands, which is great. And not just that, they are also improving on the quality of their products, like significantly. So with this particular pen, I remember the pen used to have a pen tip that goes in and out slightly, but now this pen tip, it's very firm, which is obviously great. So there's no movement. I mean, the movement is the lateral type of movement. It's not the in-out movement. So when it comes to workflow, everything seems to be pretty smooth. Yep, I don't see any issues with workflow. Nope, it should be black. Let's add some shadows on the side. So I'm going to create a new layer and push that layer down, have it multiply. Yep, so now it looks better. Let's paint all the way up there. Alright, just a very simple, cartoony, stylized sketch that I've just drawn. The only issue I have with this pen display is actually the size. So the active area is actually 11.6 inches and the resolution is 1080p. It's adequate resolution for a display of this size, but because of the size, all the user interface elements like the menus, the buttons, the icons, they are a bit small to me. For icons on the desktop, text, you can actually increase the size for all the system UI elements. But when it comes to drawing apps, sometimes you are not going to be able to increase those UI sizes. So they are a bit small to me. So I do recommend, if you have the budget, get at least a 13-inch pen display, which usually is 13.3 inches. A larger pen display is going to provide you with a significantly better drawing experience. Oh, one last thing I want to mention is this matte drawing surface. This is actually a matte screen protector. It's not matte glass like the Kamvas Pro series of pen display. It's just a screen protector, so it may actually get scratches in the future. This screen protector is replaceable. You can buy replacement screen protectors from Huion, and this matte texture, it's really nice to draw on. It provides a very nice tactile feel when you are drawing. Alright, so to conclude, this pen is very accurate, very sensitive. All the lines, they come out exactly the way I want them to. The performance is very consistent, very predictable. In terms of value for money, at $219, this is definitely worth it, but the Kamvas 13, which is $239, that's an even better deal for the money. Consider the much better drawing experience you will get with a larger display.